Well, I mean, leadership is something I take very seriously, as you would imagine. I would need to. I guess in some ways it's a lot of moving targets of what the right answers are sometimes, but we try to drill it down to some basic concepts of accountability, trying to inspire people to kind of do more for the greater good. That's kind of my definition of leadership, is influence and inspire people to do more that benefits the greater good. The greater good can mean the community. The greater good can mean other employees. In our situation, and most, if we're successful in leadership, that means we get to hire people. And there's nothing better you can do for someone than to offer them an opportunity or offer them employment. So it's a very rewarding aspect of good leadership. So as far as from a cultural standpoint, we try to embed leadership into our culture. We drill that down into two main categories, and that's 50% on the value side of the equation, 50% on likability. So with our leadership culture, if you're just likable and you don't deliver the goods, you don't have the technology, you don't deliver a multitude of arenas. You might be likable and people like to do business with the people they like, and I get that, but at the end of the day, that's not enough. But it's huge at the same time. That's why it's 50%. The other side is value, and people and individuals and companies can deliver amazing quantities of value, but if they're just frustrating to deal with and the client experience is just horrific, doesn't really matter. In and of itself, no matter how good the technology is, no matter how good the process is, value is not enough. So our culture of leadership is trying to balance value and the likability factor so that clients can basically have their cake and eat it too. They can feel good about who they're doing business with, feel good about the relationship, but not feel like that's the only reason I'm doing business with these folks. They bring all the deliverables and the goods with it. So that's kind of our mission, and from day one, perfecting the client experience is kind of what's drove all of this. So everything we do kind of falls behind that. Now, it can get somewhat rocket surgery, down in the weeds, very granular level of what it means to deliver value. A lot of things can go into that. It can also mean a lot of different things, what it means to be likable, but from a concept perspective, we want all of our leaders and all of our people in general to, kind of adopt the philosophy of likability and creating value, tangible value, and a balance between. As much as we can, we like to data mine people and find out what other people say about them, more so than what they'll. Most people will, knock on wood, you think so, not always, but most people want to, they do pretty good in an interview. What do other people say about them, etc. But at its core, personality has a lot to do with it. Some people just have a lot more likable personalities, easygoing, etc., etc. But more than that, it's it's just treating other people respectful. It's basically doing what you say you will do. If you start to, you can keep going with that list and list 20 things, and if those things break down, basically what happens is the likability factor for a client, for a partner, for your team, it starts to chip away at that. And then it's like, okay, well, this person's like, quality of the work's not there, that affects it. That affects things. So it's not just happy, bubbly people that just love their job and love their life. I mean, there's a lot of people with a lot of challenges out there. It's not just about happy, like the one song, whatever it's called, the Happy People song, but it's not just about that, but it's what do they do, how do they interact with others, and really it comes down to the respect side of things, and our company, I kind of made a joke earlier about being a faith-based organization. A little bit of a joke about praying for payroll and so forth, but the love thy neighbor as thyself, whereas we adopt that as a business culture from leadership. So we kind of broaden that out to the neighbor is other employees, the neighbor is clients, the neighbor is vendors and partners, and try to treat everybody respectful. And that's helped us have that leadership culture has helped us to build a brand that people kind of know what they're getting with us. And it's not always perfect, but I think it's a good concept and a good solid approach to leadership. And